on-air reporter, you're responsible for so much. You don't have to have 1,500 brushes to get a makeup application. The makeup part should be fun. Hello, my name is Waltaya Culmer. I'm a makeup artist here at NBC. Today I'm going to show you some cool makeup tips for on-air reporting. I have my friends here, Brumjut and Seth, and they're going to help me out. I love to see my mom do her makeup and my grandmother with her lipstick. That really sparked my love of makeup. I learned to be a makeup artist when I was in high school. I went to a vocational high school in the South Bronx called Jane Addams. I met Bobby Brown for a career day, and she basically took me under her wing, and I started working with her at the age of 18. How I got where I am today is persistence, not taking no for an answer. What I love the most about my job today is you never know what you're gonna be doing for the day. I'm with Kate Snow and Aaron Gilchrist till about 2, and then sometimes I have to pop in for MSNBC, and I could be helping out with Lawrence O'Donnell, Chris Hayes, or Ali Velshi, like all of those guys. The first step in any makeup application is going to be skincare. You want to prepare the skin for the makeup, and so that you have a beautiful application and you don't have any creasing or movement, because cameras pick up every little secret. We're going to match the foundation as close as possible to her skin. You want to get a buildable foundation, something that you can make as sheer or as heavy as you want, depending on what's going on with your skin that day. You want to make sure you also get right up into that hairline with your foundation and blend, blend, blend. Our next step is corrector concealer. And we want to look bright and lifted and well rested on air. You want to make sure you get right in that inner corner of your eye. It's usually where most of the darkness comes from. And a tip with the concealer, you actually bring that a little bit further down onto the face than you would the corrector, because that's going to create a lift and it'll define your cheekbones. And nothing beats a beautifully defined cheekbone. When you apply your bronzer, you want to start at your forehead, because that's the area that gets the most sun. See what kind of rosiness, what kind of warmth you have in your chest, and then you want to add that back into your face. In studio, the lights are really bright, so you want to make sure you really get the neck bronze, because that's the area that doesn't get any sun. Now, Brumjut has beautiful eyebrows, but we're going to fill it in a little bit just to make them a little more defined. And you're just going to fill in the areas where the hair isn't as dense as everywhere else. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of brow gel just to keep the hair in place. If you're in field and you don't have a lot of time to do a full makeup, you could do a little blush, a little gloss, and stop there, because the foundation's perfect, the concealer's perfect, and you can do this and go. When applying your blush, smile. You're going to start at the apples of the cheeks and blend up. Especially in the studio, it's very bright, so a little more blush than you probably would think you would wear. I chose this beautiful mauve blue base blush because if you look at her lips, she naturally has that color, and if you smile, show your teeth, and her gums have that kind of mauve color. When you're doing your blush and you're in the field, you want to pick these colors, because that's going to radiate better on camera if they're natural colors within your skin already. The next step is eyeshadow. I like to do a little primer. I find that it keeps the eyeshadow on longer and the pigments show up better and more intense. Now I'm going to go in with a lighter eyeshadow color to go under the brow. And I'm going to blend it down slightly. I'm going to go in the same brush in a medium tone and go into the crease. Now this is where you can use your judgment. I'm going to use this beautiful bronzy color. It's shimmery, so it's going to give a nice little reflecting, and it's going to make her eyes pop. We need to really bring out the base of the lash line and frame her eyes. Now you can do pencil eyeliner, gel eyeliners, liquid eyeliners. It's just about what you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna use a gel liner. With gel liner, it glides on really easily. I'm just gonna clean up under the eye. Now that it's warmed up a little bit with the body heat, now that this is all blended, we're gonna go in and set our concealer. I'm gonna use a lightweight translucent powder. This is gonna set in the concealer, not change the color of the concealer. I like to use it under the eye, around the nose, in the T-zone. Just the areas you would get shiny, and on the chin. Now let's use some mascara. No eye look is complete without a really good mascara. When you're doing your mascara, look down. You wanna kind of lift the lid slightly, wiggle it into the lash line, and pull up. This is gonna get a full coating of mascara on the lashes and also lift them. And it really just finishes the eye. 1 coat is good, 3 coats are better. The lights in the studio really will wash you out, so a little more than you would probably do outside. If you're gonna jazz up your eyes, you can go a little bit softer with the lip. I'm not gonna overdraw her lips, but just right to the end, because we still want her lips to be pronounced for camera. Then I'm gonna go on top with a lip gloss. And remember, this is in studio makeup. You're gonna do a little more than you would probably like, you know, in your daytime makeup. And I wanted to have it a little more smoky so her eyes pop on camera. If we were outside, we would do a little less smoky just so that it looks fresher and more natural out in the field. This way she's able to look amazing on camera, but still keeping her personality within how she likes to have her glam. We're gonna show you how to do makeup on male presenting reporters. We're gonna start, of course, with skincare. We're gonna prep the skin with a little toner. We're gonna go in with a little bit of hydrating eye cream. Now this is gonna be very lightweight. A vitamin-enriched moisturizer that doesn't have a lot of shine, because we don't want him to read oily on camera. You do have to do a little makeup. We want to have him look as polished as possible when he's on set and in the field. Now, you don't want a heavy foundation on male presenting reporters because it just looks too heavy, but you do need something that's going to even out the skin tone. This foundation also has a matte finish. We're going to add a little powder, again, to control the shine on his forehead and on his nose. You got to hydrate the lips. He's going to be talking, he's going to be moving. Now, if he's out in the field, he will probably just use a little bit of powder and lip balm. We are outside. I wanted you to see our lovely models in natural light as opposed to studio light. You want to make sure the foundation and the powder is perfect for the environment that they're in at that moment. We have a little excess shine. We're gonna blot that out with our powder. We're also gonna touch up the lip gloss and just really make sure whatever skin is gonna be showing, just to make sure it's nice and even. Make sure we take down the shine on his forehead, blend it in with the puff. He doesn't need much. And when you're in the field, you just want to make sure your skin is even. Yeah, and he's all set for camera. When you're in the field, you're not going to have all of this fabulous makeup with you. What I would recommend is, of course, having a good eye cream and a good face moisturizer. A foundation, a bronzer, a really good lipstick or a lip gloss, whatever you're comfortable with, mascara, and maybe a little shimmery eyeshadow. If you're male presenting, just a powder, a lip balm, and a moisturizer, because you gotta take care of your skin. Just practice, find out what makes you feel the most confident on camera, and just go with that. Remember, it's just makeup. If you want to be a makeup artist in this business, the best advice I can give you is be available, be flexible, know how to be the calm when everyone else is going crazy. When they stand up after getting their makeup done by me and they feel the most confident and say, I look good today, or constantly checking themselves out in the mirror, that makes me feel good.